Things often get so hot on the tennis court that players often end up exchanging some hurtful words. And last week was no different. The Swiss tennis player Stan Wawrinka recently called out his opponent at the Paris Masters, and this brought some familiar controversies to the stage. In this video, we'll be looking at the crybaby gate between Wawrinka and Roger Federer's wife Mirka, and much more. Starting off with Stan Wawrinka's comments about his Danish opponent. Newcomer Holger Rune has erupted on the tennis scene this year. After winning the Stockholm Open, he went off to compete in the Paris Masters tournament. Little did he know, he'd be receiving some unsolicited advice from the older generation. In his opening match against Stan Wawrinka, he ended up defeating the Swiss player 4-6, 7-5, 7-6. Instead of receiving a congratulatory comment from Stan at the end of the match, he ended up getting a biting remark. Wawrinka advised the 19-year-old to stop acting like a baby on court. We don't know what Wawrinka was referring to exactly when he said this, but it definitely brought back some old memories. This wasn't the first time the word baby was thrown around on court. Back in 2019, Stan accused Roger Federer's wife, Mirka, of calling him a crybaby. The Swiss player was playing against Federer at the ATP Tour Finals when he apparently heard Mirka shout out, "crybaby." He immediately brought it up with the umpire, who claimed he hadn't heard anything. Well, years later, this incident was brought up to Wawrinka again. When the reporters asked what went down after that match between him and Federer, the player finally broke his silence. He explained that there were a lot of emotions involved in that match, and things often got heated, and he had to set them aside. He finally made up with Federer because they had to win the Davis Cup together. Following up with what else the Swiss player had to say about Crybaby Gate. In an interview with RMC, the three-time Grand Slam winner had more to say about the infamous incident. Apparently, he remembers it way differently now. He insisted that no controversy out there could stop him from being good friends with Roger Federer and his family, but the intensity over their interaction wasn't lost on him. He claimed that it had gotten so heated between them that the whole thing could have been adapted into a movie. That's how much drama that controversy caused. The Swiss player explained that the rivalry between him and Federer often got so intense that he was glad there weren't any cameras or microphones in the locker rooms. Recalling the extreme nature of this controversy, he claimed that there were some things that weren't anyone's fault, but it's difficult to remember that when you're caught up in the drama. Stan added that later on, they resolved the issue between themselves. All of this happened after they cooled down and let a few days pass. This allowed him to see what truly mattered, which was their friendship and the Davis Cup that they had to win together. He insisted that he wouldn't let a simple controversy like that get between them and their victory. Well, he was true to his word because the Switzerland team ended up winning the Davis Cup in 2014. Stan Wawrinka won Switzerland a crucial match against France's Tsonga. It seems as if he really did save his friendship with Federer. Let's take a look at what else he said about his relationship with Federer. In the same interview, the 37-year-old player opened up about his rival and friend's retirement. The tennis star revealed that when he heard about Roger's retirement, he ended up crying. That's how moved he was to hear about the end of Federer's career. Stan said that even talking about his retirement is difficult. The player spoke more about how Roger Federer guided him and taught him a lot when he first entered professional tennis, so his admiration for the tennis legend was high, and seeing him retire definitely gets him emotional. That could be seen in an Instagram post that he used to honor Roger. He referred to Federer as a friend, thanking him for teaching him a lot about tennis and for his support during all the ups and downs. He even took to Twitter to express his sentiments. In the tweet, he wished Federer a fresh start and claimed that he really cherished all the memories they had together. Apart from teaming up to win the Davis Cup, the duo have also represented Switzerland at the Olympics. The player has addressed his own retirement many times as well, but there hasn't been a decision made yet. He's returned to the court after injury and doesn't know how long his return will last. He revealed that he's been thinking about retirement many years before this, but only time will tell when he will make that decision. All of it depends on his form. The Swiss player did confirm that his generation of players were facing their end soon. Moving on to what Rune thought of Wawrinka's comment. This wasn't the only time the 19-year-old was caught in a controversy of words. Apparently, he accused Casper Ruud of shouting at him during their French Open match this year. so his fans were enraged to hear what Stan Wawrinka had advised him. They weren't about to let that one slide. But it seems that the truth of the matter is still unclear. Holger Rune's mother also spoke up about the incident and denied it entirely. She claimed that a player of such caliber wouldn't say something like that to a 19-year-old. She was certain that such exchange of words didn't happen at all. Rune's mother also revealed that Wawrinka has always offered words of encouragement and support to the young player, so she didn't believe what the fans were claiming. Holger Rune expressed his thoughts on the whole matter as well. The young player was asked if his controversies with Ruud and Wawrinka were something extraordinary, but Rune believed that they were pretty normal. He explained that these were things that every tennis player who's in the limelight has to go through. So far, Rune hasn't added more attention to these controversies and has kept his down. In the finals of the Paris Masters, he ended up defeating former world number 1 Novak Djokovic. He defeated him after 2.5 hours with 3-6, 6-3, 7-5. This became his first Masters title as he went on to join the next-gen players. Let's see how the young player progresses after this. Following up with more advice to Holger from an older tennis legend. It seems the 19-year-old has a lot to learn from his older peers. He just can't catch a break, the poor guy. Right after defeating Novak Djokovic in the final of the Paris Masters and earning his first Masters title, Holger was given yet another piece of advice. While standing at the podium with Djokovic, the young player was unsure about who should deliver the speech first. You can't blame him. It's his first time winning. Well, that's when Djokovic stepped in and cleared it up for Holger. He told the player that since he's the winner of the tournament, he has to go second for the speech. But this advice was received by laughter all around. Even the winner himself laughed about it. Djokovic ended up congratulating the Danish player and admitted that he played better than him. He added that Holger deserved to win and has had a wonderful week so far. Well, this piece of advice Holger's fans can't get mad about. Let's see what other things Rune has to learn along the way. Wrapping up with Holger's winning speech. Well, now that we've heard the runner-up speech, let's see what the winner of the Paris Masters had to say about his incredible win. The 19-year-old has indeed had a wonderful week, from having 5 consecutive top 10 wins to earning his first 1,000 Masters title. The player has earned a lot of praise from everyone. In his winning speech, he claimed that he couldn't believe it all. He shared at the start of the week, being 3 match points down, he never could have imagined that he would end up holding the winning trophy. Rune also spoke about his emotions during the match against Djokovic. He expressed how crazy it was for him to be up against somebody he really admired. He also shared how stressed out he was. But once he got over that, he got his head back into the game. The player also explained the support system that brought him there. Rune had given a long hug to his mother right after the winning shot. While speaking more about that, the young player explained that his mother has always been a huge source of support. Her presence at every single match of his was so important to him. The 19-year-old also spoke about his father and sister watching him back home and how they were always supportive. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Stan Wawrinka's baby comment? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.